Welcome into the Freeport Rec Center for the final home game of 2024 for the Hofstra Pride as they welcome in the Great Danes from Albany. Live on the Long Island Sports Network, my name is Ian Bakey, taking you in live here from Long Island alongside Michael Palumbo, and it's a big chance for Hofstra to get some momentum going as the calendar is set to turn over. A couple more road games to finish out the year down in New Jersey for the Pride, but still looking for a big win here at home against a really solid Albany team.
And last week was a tough loss for them. Getting shut out by Fairfield at their home rink. And now they come in against the Albany team who's 6-6. But they have a good opportunity to get on the board early here with Joe Rossi, who's coming in at just with over a 6-goal average per game.
Meanwhile, on the other side, of course, Spiro Markoulis in goal for Hofstra. He was fantastic, even in that 3-1 loss against Fairfield. Hofstra's lone goal coming from Matt Matarazzo late in that one. But Markoulis, 37 saves on 40 shots against. He's been solid all year long, all career long, coming in with one of the best save percentages at the D3 level here in the Empire Conference specifically. And he's going to be key to success here tonight against an Albany team that doesn't tend to get a whole lot of shots on net.
And right now, that was the biggest thing last game for the Hofstra Pride. Fairfield controlled the puck for mostly the entire game. It was all about puck control. They could not get offensive possessions, and they could not get it into the offensive zone that much. And Fairfield came in, and they scored 2 quick goals. And Spiros couldn't really do anything. He had a great game, but it was just the fact that Hofstra defense just allowed Fairfield to roam free in their defensive zone. So that's the biggest key, is puck control and getting out ahead and not letting the game come to them.
Albany's another team that really relies on low event kind of games. They won their last game against Jefferson Community College by 6-0. They shut out Jefferson. An impressive performance. Alex Dola didn't have to do a whole bunch to get his first career shutout. Just 15 saves against Jefferson on 15 shots against. Meanwhile, Chris Smith, a 4-point night. Jake Weiss, a hat trick. And this Albany team running on a 4-game winning streak right now. So Hofstra kind of catching them at the wrong time.
Not great, too, and Hofstra coming off a very bad loss, but they're hungry. And like we said, Joe Rossi coming in to this game lets up around 6 goals game average. So tonight is a good night. And they got really 2 good goal scorers, but other than that, for Albany and Jake Johnson and Chris Smith, but other than that, not too many people that pop off on the stat sheet.
Looking at the special teams numbers this year for Albany, that has really been the biggest weakness for this team. The penalty kill, not great, right around 60%, but the power play, they have been struggling big time. Right around 10% on the year. Just combined up between all players, just 6 power play goals through 12 games, and they've also allowed 11 short-handed goals. So that presents an opportunity for Hofstra. If they get into a bit of penalty trouble, all hope's not lost there.
Penalty trouble sometimes can be an issue for this Hofstra Pride team. A lot of players going into the penalty box last week. The Fairfield game did get a little chippy, and if you see things get out of hand early, could be the same thing again tonight.
Hofstra, a couple more games here in 2024, but one last hurrah at the Freeport bubble, trying to give the home fans something to remember as we head into the holiday season. Pride taking on the Great Danes when we come back on the Long Island Sports Network. We're ready for action here between the UAlbany Great Danes and the Hofstra Pride on the Long Island Sports Network. Once again, Ian Binky, Michael Palumbo here with you. And Michael, we talked about it a bit in the pregame that Albany has a very similar play style here to the Pride. Kind of rely on low event hockey, try to convert on the few opportunities they may arise. So if you're the Pride here, what are you saying in this last second huddle to get things to go your way tonight?
Just don't let the game come to them. Play aggressive because they got off to a very slow start last game. 2 quick goals by Fairfield, a team they beat 7-2 earlier in the season. And you just do not want that to happen again because, again, like you said, Spiro's a great goalie back there. He can give you good saves, but it just cannot stay in his end for the entire game because a goalie can only do so much for you.
Spiro Markoulis in goal to our right. Joe Rossi in goal to our left for Albany. Albany in the road black uniforms. Hofstra in the home whites for the last time here in the calendar year 2024. Jordan Cox at center ice for Hofstra, the captain, looking to win the draw up against Albany's number 22 in Chris Smith. A brief delay, making sure everything's on its marks. It was the far side linesman that needed the extra second or two to get ready. Now the faceoff is won by Jordan Cox. Poked ahead, though, by UAlbany. They go on the attack first. Looking for some room in deep there. Jake Weiss coming off a hat trick in that last game. Hofstra looking to break out through the middle. Bouncing puck, trying to be settled by Dean Rosa. Got it ahead up the right wing by Jordan Cox. Cox looking for the drop pass for Buglione. Now it's tied up in the corner. Cox spinning, looking towards the net. Yerkes is there. He scores!
And this is what we were talking about early, the fast start. And that game against Fairfield last week, they won the faceoff, but it turned it over immediately. And Brendan Yerkes already on that inside, getting offensive penetration for the goal.
Take a look back here. Just a really nice feed across from Cox, and Yerkes right on the doorstep, able to beat Rossi to the far side post before he can recover. So we take an isolated look.
And look at that. Brendan Yerkes just finds the hole. Rossi slides over and just can't get there in time.
Stoppage here at the other end of the ice. Stop from the goaltender in for Hofstra and Spiro Markoulis, his first save of the night. But Brendan Yerkes is red hot. That's his third goal now of the season. Ever since he's moved up to one of these top lines for Coach Callier and the Hofstra Pride, he's really found his point-scoring touch. Been a key contributor now to the offensive effort for the Pride, and he strikes first here in the last game of 2024 on home ice.
And he can be one of those leaders on the ice for them. Last week against Fairfield, when they weren't putting many points up on the board, he was trying to light a fire in that on their bench, getting chippy with players, trying to create a spark.
Hofstra dumps this one in. It's Macasola in the corner, keeping it alive. Near side hold, Matt Matarazzo. Matarazzo, a backhanded feed towards the middle. It goes wide instead. James Van Aaron on the far side wall now, sends down low to Matarazzo. Matarazzo hit hard to the wall. That was a big crunch from John Bolson on the defensive effort. Puck jarred loose right into the slot, trying to guide it into the middle. Delayed penalty coming up against Albany, and it seemed to be for that check up against the wall. A cross-check coming here against the Great Danes. They head to the first penalty kill of the night.
And this is a fantastic start for the Pride. Already 2 great offensive shot opportunities. And last week against Fairfield, the Stags, they really only got 3 good looks last week and already starting off pushing the pace.
They call Bolson for a board, rather. So it's the first power play opportunity of the night for Hofstra. Mentioned the penalty killing struggles coming into the year, or coming into this game for Albany. Meanwhile, Hofstra are around 17% on the man advantage. They look to set up near side. Puck stalls out there on the near side corner. Players fighting for it. Hofstra gets it back. Dylan Kinzer looking for the wraparound. Nothing there. And then his point pass out of the reach of Danny McCardle. Pride need a reset. James Van Aaron leads the team with 3 power play goals, but his unit out there right now as he has the puck. Van Aaron looking for the quick pass across. Nobody home. And the Great Danes clear again, this time with Quinn McDonald. Long pass, finds Dylan Kinzer. He's outnumbered, but still able to dump this puck in. Big bounce off the inboards, allows Hofstra to get a chance to set it up, but comes right through the point man all the way back down to Markoulis.
Albany doing a great job on the defensive end, stifling this Hofstra Pride attack.
The linesman inadvertently got involved there, but puck moved ahead by Matarazzo. Still some time to work for Hofstra on the power play, under a minute to go. Centering feed cut out by Albany, but kept alive by Van Aaron. Pass to the middle, just bounced off the stick of the middleman in McCardle. Moved down low by the blue line. Into the corner now, looking for the feed across. It's loose out in front. Poked to safety by Albany. Shot again from the point. That was tipped on towards the net by Kinzer, but wide. Albany survives and clears with Scarpello. But really good looks for Hofstra there. That shot set up by McCardle looked good, but just bounced past the net of Rossi. Out to center ice again. Jordan Cox looking for some help. Found the linesman there, allows him to pick it up again. Jordan Cox looking towards the net, knocked down. Clean play there along the wall. Albany able to kill off these final few seconds, and as the man gets ready to leave the box, tried to set things up there. Calls for a penalty from the Albany faithful that have made the trip down from upstate. Nothing coming here as the man does leave the box, and Hofstra 0 for 1 on the power play. Great Danes take it in, a look in with Swedma. Swedma from the corner, hands off to a teammate. It's over there along the wall with Thomas Mark. Mark sealed to the wall. Nico Buglione gets it back for Hofstra. No room to clear. Turns it back over. That shot right in front. That might have grazed off the pipe from the shot from Chris Smith. Raced up the other way. Hofstra trying for the break up the ice. Here's Casola looking in. And that one is shut down.
And what great physical play there by Casola, going in on Chris Smith, using his body to shove him out of the way to create that one-on-one opportunity against the goalie.
Joe Rossi stands tall, makes a nice save, sealed right between the pads. 4 minutes into this one, already a 1-0 Hofstra lead, and there's a big blast from the point, and again, Rossi able to find it. Aloisio was looking to get goal number 1 of his campaign, a big slap shot right off the draw.
And one thing that's going to hurt Hofstra, too, in this game, they've been getting it inside, a lot more looks inside than what they got last week, but the passing around the perimeter has been a bit sloppy and caused a bunch of offensive resets early on in this first period.
Jake Rook from the half wall on the far side. Some reinforcements come in. Aloisio again, an off-balance shot. This one blocked. Right back over to Rook. A knuckle puck that he sent towards the net, but Rossi again a glove save.
And they're being great on the defensive end, swarming the puck, something they really weren't able to do last week against the Stags as well. It's Spiros now essentially on an island out there, just vacationing in his net.
Face-off won by Albany, but no room to clear. Cam Kelly aggressive on the forecheck. Swing and a miss on the keep-in try from Aloisio. Chris Colo to it first, but they glove down near side. That's Jake Weiss looking to move ahead, but delayed offside against Albany allows Hofstra to pick possession up. Nick Aloisio motors up the far side. He was not on the right side of center, but they say close enough, and maybe a race won by Joey Schnatter. Good hustle by the former Massapequa Chief. Up at the blue line, Danny McCardle through traffic. Might have taken a deflection en route to the net, but again, Rossi there to make the save. 15:02 left to go in period 1. Hofstra up by 1.
And there was that sloppy passing we were talking about a little bit. Puck goes awry and forces Hofstra Pride to get a quick shot on goal to prevent the puck from going back across that blue line instead of being able to pass around to try to set up a good look inside.
Albany looking for the breakout here. Carried through center ice by Nino Scarpello. Scarpello through the middle of the ice. That shot goes wide. Works as a dump in. Great Dane set it up. Off balance puck sent towards the net. Scarpello unable to get there. Reset on the far side. Poked away by Buglione. And then a stick joust there on the far side. Bounces off a skate. Players looking to move it forward. Here's Buglione. Hofstra a 3-on-1. Buglione's shot missed the net. Buglione at one point had a 3-game goal streak. It's a long puck sent down the ice. No icing. Good hustle there by Matt Waters.
And Hofstra is playing very fast at a fast pace, swarming U Albany with their defense, just swarming to the puck and overwhelming the U Albany players.
Shot towards the net from Albany. That one's blocked right in the middle. And now play whistle dead and played with a high stick there, rules the official. So Hofstra caught in their own defensive end.
And I will say U Albany does have a chance to get good looks in front of Spiros. Like I was talking about, the aggressive play by the Pride on the outside perimeter. You saw it once where they had one good look in front of Spiros. If Hofstra continues to press on the boards, they can pass, sneak it inside, and get a good shot on goal.
Face-off win from Gandolfo. Gandolfo starts the attacking possession here for Albany, but that pass around the boards cut off by Danny McCardle. Off the wall, it's Yerkes on it. Yerkes looking for the breakout pass, found its way over to Buglione. Wasn't really expecting it. Albany has it back. Onside move up the left wing, a quick snapshot wide of the net. Met back out on the near side by Eric Kraft. Kraft towards the target, blocked wide. Met up again over there by Kyle Millington. Millington looking for a passing partner. Knocked away by Brennan Yerkes out to neutral ice. Good extended stick, moves it forward to Cox. Jordan Cox looking in. That one ring off the crossbar. And now room up the other way. The odd man rush developing for Albany. It's Millington. Millington shut down by Cox.
And
really
great.
nice play there. Coast to coast we go.
Jordan Cox came in from behind on that play. Huff tracked him down.
Nice pass through center ice. Finds its way to Van Aren. James Van Aren here on the near side. Waits for reinforcements. Spins around. Has Chris Colo there. Instead feeds towards the net. That one's knocked away by Quinn McDonald. He looks to clear out. Batted away, so no icing here. And Markoulis forced to hold on. Face off of the defensive zone for the Pride.
And now you see both teams just playing at a chaotic pace of play right now. Neither team really able to do anything, but loving the aggression I'm seeing by Hofstra, especially after last week's matchup, where they kind of just played back. Now they're going to the puck and skating aggressively.
Nice set up out in front. Chris Smith found a man, but then poked to safety. To the far side, Bolson. John Bolson unable to settle that. Bouncing puck, knocked back towards Dean Rosa. He finds Casola, but now tied up on the near side wall with Trevor Vino. Flip back over towards the middle. Vino right there, knocked ahead, but just a little bit out of the reach. So it's Vino looking to move towards the net. Now Hofstra up the other way. Van Aren pivots around on the right wing. Eyes towards the net. The wraparound. Nothing there. Feeds over. A shot from Chris Colo. Save, rebound. Matarazzo. And that one stayed out. Really nice stop from Rossi. Chris Colo gloves down at the blue line. Casola looking to move over there, but stick poked there. All the way back out to neutral ice. Then defensive end. Dean Rosa resets. Albany heads to the bench for a change.
And that Hofstra, again, doing a great job with their line change there. Able to find the man in the open ice off that line change to push the pace like they're doing right here.
Puck taken away by Jonathan Graham up the far side. Hofstra now takes this as a chance to change. Albany looking to move ahead, but strong work by Jake Rook on the attack. Oh, look out there. That one went off the helmet of the near side linesman. Then turned over. A chance for Joey Schnatter. A shot stopped by the pad of Rossi. Now a foot race to the loose puck. It's won by Albany. Trying for the jump deke there was Nick Gandolfo. But lost possession, still able to hold it in deep. Looking out in front, goes off the stick of Markoulis. Settled down by Hofstra in his own end. It's Dylan Kinzer. Kinzer finds the pass to Rook. Rook occupies the right wing, looks to split the D. He got it there. Blocked the shot away off the stick of Scarpello.
He had Cam Kelly on the other side of that net, but he was just berated by
Aloisio racing in, it shoots, and a nice right pad stop. Loose puck out in front, but now settled down at the point. Sent back around by McCardle. Held up top, Aloisio back towards the net. Whistle blows, play dead.
This has been a very aggressive game since that first goal. Now both teams just skating airily on the ice. Neither team really in control, but both teams kind of playing into each other's hands right now.
Play was stopped because of the net becoming dislodged. Resume with a face-off to the left of Joe Rossi. Draw one by Hofstra, sent back up towards the net. That was a set play looking for Yerkes again. This time, though, Rossi beats him out with the trapper.
Trying to go back to the goal scorer early on in this first period.
10:30 to go in the first period. Still Brennan Yerkes with a lone tally in this one, putting Hofstra in front. It's the Great Danes on the face-off win. Looking for the long pass through the middle. It took a deflection over towards Markoulis. And again, we go end-to-end here. One face-off at one end. Now it comes back in Markoulis' neighborhood.
And Albany's just trying to play fast, but they're playing right into the palms of the Hofstra team. They came out aggressive, and they just can't get their passing under control.
Hofstra wins the draw. Looking to move it past the point man, but good strong work by Quinn McDonald as he moves it low. McCardle meets it there along the wall for Hofstra, but McDonald seals off that left wing. His shot blocked. Hofstra clears. Referees several times in this game just finding the puck right in their feet. That one helped out Albany as the puck sent towards the net, blocked away by Hofstra, quickly cleared down. This one has enough for icing, and that is the call here with 9:48 to go in the first.
Hofstra's also doing a great job of kind of limiting those opportunities for Albany's top players. You haven't heard a lot from Chris Smith or from Jake Johnson. They're two top goal scorers for this Albany team.
It's Smith out there now for the face-off. He poked it forward, but could not get a shot away. Hofstra with it now as that puck is dumped in. Looking back on the near side is Yerkes. Yerkes skates right past the puck. Chance to keep in near side with Dean Rosa, but that's taken away, flipped ahead by Jake Weiss. Swept back out to neutral. Finds its way to Yerkes. Player wipes out. That was Smith for Albany. Able to get back on his skates. Bat it down with a high stick. And now touched up by Markoulis. A couple times now that puck has been played by a high stick for Hofstra. That has kept the puck in their defensive end for the last several minutes. Another face-off win for Hofstra. They've been dominant at the dot so far in the first. Bounces off a couple of skates, move back down low, past the intended receiver, Chris Smith. Skitters to the near side. Back low with Smith. Looking for the cross-size feed, blocked away by Hofstra. Good job in the awareness, knowing what was coming. Strong dump, finds Bolson at the point. Looking down low, finds Weiss, and then again to Smith. Weiss from the corner, feeds to Chris Smith. Back to the near side, that missed the man in Trevor Vino, and cleared out by Hofstra. Spiro Markoulis from behind his own net. Finds some company, and Chris Smith nearly goes off of him. Comes right through, and a nice poke ahead here. With some space, Brendan Yerkes looks inside. The shot from Yerkes missed the net.
Trying to go top left side, just get it over that blocking pad.
Yerkes in front again, he scores! Brendan Yerkes doubles up, Hofstra leads 2-0.
And what a game from Brendan Yerkes so far, 2 goals, and he's having himself a time, the senior. 1 away from a hat trick, and we're already in the first period.
And he did not score on the first look, but did not give up. Got possession right back, took it into the middle, and found a little bit of daylight against Rossi. We take the ISO look. Just snuck through the 5-hole.
Yeah.
Rossi couldn't get the pads down in time.
Probably lost sight of it, but great job by Yerkes so far in this game.
Impressive stuff for Brendan Yerkes. Likes to score his goals in bunches. And he's got 2 here tonight, giving Hofstra a 2-0 lead in period 1.
Well,
now for Hofstra, it's all about holding this lead. They've had a couple of problems doing that over this last stretch of games.
And they've been doing a great job on the defensive end by not letting Albany control the puck. Albany's been trying to force it down low, but they're doing a great job of defending the inside zone.
Matt Matarazzo looking for the breakout here for Hofstra. As play whistle dead, the mask comes off on Spiro Markoulis. Looks like a strap just came loose. He's got to readjust.
I've never seen that before. But like we said, Brendan Yerkes comes in, the senior, showing out for the last home game of this season.
The next home game for Hofstra not until February 1st when they take on the Rams of Fordham.
And for these college students next semester, they got that big break in January. So not a lot of the players are going to be around, so they have to take some time off.
No annual Florida trip for Hofstra either. Usually they go down, play teams like Embry-Riddle, something like that down there in the Sunshine State, but they take a year off from that traditional trip, which usually happens in late January. Royce Dixon Child in his own end. Feeding back here to Rob Criscolo. Did not seem like he exactly wanted that pass. Now pass finds its way over to Andrew Amante. Poke check there. Puck skitters back over to Amante. Dump in from the young forward for Hofstra. Christian Maurer, Royce Dixon Child chasing after it. Comes back to the blue line. Chance to pin that one in deep again from Criscolo. But Albany able to clear. Comes back over to Nicoloizio. Puck given over on a silver platter to McDonald. McDonald left that at the blue line. Albany able to dump in. Finding a pass over into the corner. Looking back down low. Good chance here for Albany. Skating towards the front of the net. A big collision right in front. And Hofstra likely heading to the PK here. At least I thought that would be the call. We'll wait to see how this all pans out. And it is Criscolo that's being escorted to the sin bin. It's a cross check which happened right in front. He was trying to clear the crease, but got a little bit too aggressive there in how he did it. And Albany gets their first look on the power play, but we mentioned they've nearly given up double the shorthanded goals against them this year than they've scored on the power play. Trying to right that ship here tonight. Quick shot, aggressive stop from Markoulis out of his crease, but still shuts down the shot on the left wing.
And so far, this is going to be UAlbany's best chance at scoring a goal. Haven't had a lot of opportunities in the offensive end with that swarming Hofstra Pride defense.
Hofstra PK right around 74% has been better in recent games. Set up top to Jake Weiss. Weiss toes the blue line, shot through traffic, missed high. Met over on the left wing by Nino Scarpello. Scarpello looking for some help. Hands back up top to Weiss. Weiss near side to Smith. Hands up top again. Wrist shot through traffic. Nice stop from Markoulis. Just went off the pad. Scarpello back out in front. Nice stop by Markoulis right on the doorstep. Jake Johnson there. First time we've said his name tonight. But stonewalled by Markoulis. And this play whistled dead for offside. The left side of that rush just a little bit overzealous, moving in ahead of Chris Smith.
You said it. He just got a little too eager there. He saw all that ice in front of him, only had two defenders in front of him. And Chris Smith, 15 goals on the season, was looking for number 16, but couldn't wait for the rest of his team.
One of the team leaders in power play goals. He's got two. So does Jake Johnson. Johnson got a really good look in on Markoulis, but just shot it right at the Hofstra goaltender. Power play resumes here. Just a little bit over a minute left on the call against Rob Criscolo for a cross check. Hofstra moves this past the man at the blue line all the way down past Alex Peterson. Great Danes on the move. Still a man to the good. Colin Zwiedma looks around. Nice stick handling move as he takes it behind the net. Looking for the wraparound. Markoulis got there. Quick shot through traffic. Weiss had his effort blocked by Rosa. Settled down again by McDonald. Quinn McDonald takes it up high. Feeds to the vacant corner. Dean Rosa using his strength to get to that one. Trying to clear, but that's held in by Zwiedma. Zwiedma back over to the near side. Quick skating from Jordan Cox. Collides with the skater there for Albany. Great Danes hold it. Shot for the point. That's blocked. Comes right back to Peterson. Peterson over to the far side. That one pinballs in. Looked like Kyle Millington got the last piece of it, and Albany's on the board.
I think he was just able to get his stick in front of Spiros to ricochet that puck right in for the goal.
And you see it right there. It was Millington that just got there on the redirection. Markoulis helpless on the redirect. And we would have gotten a better look at it if it weren't for the official standing right in our camera shot. But he's doing our job. He's doing his job. Can't really fault him for that. Kyle Millington, his first power play goal of the season, second goal overall, cuts the deficit in half for Albany. As this comes down for icing, Schnatter got a piece of it, but not enough to keep it from stopping on a dime in the attacking zone. So an icing call here in a 2-1 game.
And that was the second good look that UAlbany had in front of the net for Spiros. With Hofstra's defense doing better this game, but just a great opportunity that they were able to capitalize on.
Hofstra wins the face-off again, but good quick skating from Jake Weiss. Weiss looking over towards Smith. That one stopped by Markoulis, just had his paddle down on the ice, blocked the passing lane.
And you see Albany, that's their main goal in this offense to score is just forcing it inside. Hofstra playing good, strong defense on the perimeter, so they're trying to slip it inside to sneak past those defenders on the outside.
Really nice look there for Hofstra if it weren't for a delayed offside. Everything just got a little bit off kilter after the poke check. A couple of guys skated in just ahead of the puck. That allows Albany some space up the other end. Oh, nice pass into the middle. One more. That's batted away by Schnatter. Hofstra, though, can't clear. Joey Schnatter, his second try, sends back out to center ice as the clock continues to tick in period one. And under 4 minutes left to go now. A 2-1 hockey game after the most recent goal by Kyle Millington for Albany. Carried in by Weiss. Weiss spins off the hit, left in the corner. Trying to move down low with it here is Scarpello. Scarpello back behind the net, working there with Trevor Vino. That shot, it was blockered away. From the blue line, an effort is blocked again. Now pass towards the front of the net. Two Great Danes with it, and the net dislodged before either can get a strong shot off. Hofstra really bailed out on that one.
Yes, they really are, and they need to tighten up on this defensive end. They opened this game, they were really pushing the pace, but they've kind of backed off now, and I'm not sure if it's because they gotten into their legs a little bit already in this first period, but they're not nearly as aggressive to the puck as they were at the beginning of this period.
Scarpello at the dot, bested by the Hofstra player in Matt Matarazzo. Big speed up the left wing from Casola. Casola back into the corner. Oh, spun down. Big check thrown there.
Oh, he's down.
Back behind the play, it's player for Hofstra a little bit slow to get up. Albany comes up the other end. That shot blocked. There's a chance there to get the game level. Play continues. Dean Rosa, the drop pass to JVE. Van Aaron, a little bit too fancy with the stick handling, lost the puck. Sola headed back to the bench. He was the player a bit slow to get up. Deflected pass over to the far side wall, left unattended. Breakout here looking to Jake Johnson. It was out of his reach, comes down to Markoulis, opted to play it, and that's a smart decision. Finds Matt Matarazzo. He carries into the zone. Flip pass, just a little bit too bouncy. Van Aaron couldn't settle. Bounce off a skate. That was an attempt to kick that one back over. And now it comes over to Van Aaron. His backhanded shot stopped by Rossi. Albany survives that attacking zone possession for Hofstra as they knock it down the ice. Net over by Eric Kraft. Kraft, quick shot into the glove of Markoulis. He holds with 1:56 left in the first.
Let's go back to Brendan Yerkes on that shot opportunity, doing everything he can to try to get that third goal in this game. Trying to play a little soccer on the ice out there with the puck.
And either trying to kick it to himself or kick it over to Matt Matarazzo on the near side, but ended up just kind of directing it over into open ice. Chance missed for Hofstra, but now a loose puck. Nico Buglione racing to it. The freshman heads down the ice. Buglione back across. Yerkes tied up there. Good work by Bolson to stick with him. Denies that chance for Hofstra as Albany comes up the other way. Here's Smith. Smith the shot. Stopped by Markoulis. Got his stick on it. Back behind the net. Comes up top. A shot from McDonald. That was blocked away for Hofstra. And now carrying it forward. Here's Kinzer. Dylan Kinzer, a burst of speed, just leads his man too far, Nico Buglione. Buglione could have had a breakaway.
Kinzer and Buglione, two great skaters for this Hofstra team, but Kinzer kind of outskated Buglione, leading to that forward pass.
Puck meets a stalemate and a huge hit thrown there against Aloisio. Turns out to be sort of a moot point, but Eric Kraft showing his physicality early in this one. Puck battle on the near side wall. Albany pokes it clear. Here's Smith. Smith moving in. Blockers stop Markoulis as we're into the final 40 seconds of the first period. McCardle around the wall. Some miscommunication. It's turned over to Chris Smith. Cox able to hold it back on the wall here for Hofstra, trying to ice away the final seconds in the first. Go to the locker room with the lead. Brendan Yerkes on it. He's got the 2 goals for Hofstra as Yerkes across the blue line. Eyes towards the net. Yerkes thinks about the wraparound. Not much there. Still feeds it in front. Buglione had a chance, still loose. Swept to safety by Albany. Now they might have one last chance. Breakaway pass. Finds Smith. Smith is in. He missed the net. Sends one towards the net again. Markoulis a couple of saves as the final seconds tick away. And at a breakneck pace, these teams head back into the locker rooms. Hofstra a 2-1 lead.
Hofstra getting bailed out there just a little bit. Chris Smith with a perfect opportunity to even this game up in the late stages of time winding down. Just a great shot, but just too wide.
2 goals for Brendan Yerkes. The difference in this one. His 2 salvos are giving the Hofstra Pride a lead over Kyle Millington's goal for Albany. 2-1 after the first 20 here on the Long Island Sports Network. We bring it back in to the Freeport Rec Center for the second period between the Albany Great Dames and Hofstra Pride. Ian Binky and Michael Palumbo with you here on the Long Island Sports Network. Really entertaining first period, a lot of back and forth. Hofstra a 2-goal lead for most of it. Brendan Yerkes getting both goals before they finally got one back. It did the Albany Great Danes on the power of Kyle Millington, second of the year. And it seemed like Albany really started to find their legs in the second period, in the late half of that first.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Hofstra came out firing on all cylinders. 2 goals by Brendan Yerkes, the senior. And then Albany, they kept forcing it in that middle, no matter whether it was a good attempt, bad attempt, and they got 2 really good opportunities. That second really good opportunity resulted in a goal. And then towards the end, you had Chris Johnson on that breakaway. But Hofstra still has to continue to kind of play tight defense because towards the end, they played into Albany's chaotic style of play.
Hofstra nursing that 1-goal lead. Second period had not treated them well for most of this season. Spare a game or 2. We'll see if they can try to extend or at the very least hold this lead in the middle frame here. They move left to right now on the power of Danny McCardle. McCardle wraps it around low. Just a bit of miscommunication as he moved it into the slot. Jordan Cox keeps it alive, moves it back down into the near side corner. Flip clear for Albany, moved all the way down the ice, and Chris Smith is right there. Smith moving in, finds the cross-ice pass, but players collide there. It seemed to be a bit of a mix-up between Vino and the Hofstra defender and Cox that broke that play up. Back to the point with Jake Weiss. Weiss all the way down low to Smith. Finds its way there to Vino. Vino again down low. His opposite number 12. McCardle there to cut that out. Brendan Yerkes set up pass try to Buglione out of his reach. All the way back down the ice. Nice work by Buglione to force the issue on the near side. But slowing things down again is Jake Weiss for Albany.
And Hofstra, the same kind of thing that plagued them at the end of that first. It's passing right now. They have good ideas and concepts of what they want to do with that puck. They just can't execute.
And nearly turned over on an attempted pass with Chris Smith lurking in the defensive zone for Hofstra. That nearly forced a turnover. But he is able to flip in, get a line change there for Albany. There's plenty of players on that starting line for Hofstra still trapped out there. They'll still have to get the puck in deep here. There was no icing on that dump. Fresh legs out there for the Great Danes. Bit of mixed lines going on right now with Chris Smith still out there. This one is knocked down by Hofstra, and a rolling puck has just enough momentum to get across the end line for icing. The line change cannot be conducted for Hofstra. So still all 5 skaters that started the period remain out there just about 2 minutes in.
And it looks like Hofstra has kind of laid back in their approach to this game. In the first period, it was get the puck and go, push the pace, swarm the puck. But now they're just kind of methodically skating out there.
A chance to clear there with Jordan Cox. He leads Van Aaron too far. Now Dylan Kinzer slows the pace, goes off the near side wall to start the change and start the work forward here for Hofstra. Back on it in the defensive end. It's Albany. Scarpino trying to find a long pass down and finding a man in stride. Here is Nino Scarpello, but Scarpello's shot misses off the glass. Pass into the middle. It was a try to get that one into Jonathan Graham, but cleared out by Hofstra. Nice work on the defensive stick of Dylan Kinzer. Albany seems to have obliged to this slower pace as long as they hold possession of the puck. Moved in by Jake Weiss. Rather, that is Jonathan Graham. Graham down low, lost hold of it. White jerseys of Hofstra try to work forward, but a deflected puck stays in for Albany. Great Danes change on the fly as this pass finds JVE on the near side for Hofstra, but he hands it right back over. Forced back out to center by Matarazzo, but still good work by Nino Scarpello to take it away. Scarpello looking towards the net. That's blocked away by Hofstra. A couple sticks in the way. Deflected puck stalls out before it reached net. Matt Waters on the near side. Now a chance to move forward. Bit of a collision between Cam Kelly and the defender Thomas Mark. stop the rush for Hofstra, but still a good look there. Probably their best chance of the period to get some sustained attacking pressure. They've been on their heels for most of the period.
And they keep trying to push it out in front, but again, arid passes.
Offside call against Albany. Just a little bit out of sync as they approach the blue line. So we'll get a whistle here with 16:24 to go in the second. Big push out of the gates, though, for Albany.
And this is what I mean when I say methodical skating out there. It's a lack of puck awareness that they're not being aggressive. They're letting Albany skate freely into the zone, and they're not attacking. And Albany's just controlling the puck right now.
Much needed face-off win for Hofstra. Chris Colo sends that one on net. Comes close enough on goal where Rossi feels threatened. No icing. Shot from the far side wall. Stopped by Rossi. That was an effort from Schnatter. Schnatter a bit snake-bitten this season. Still looking for goal number 1. Dean Rosa at the blue line. Trying to pass across. That's knocked away. Foot race to it. Eric Kraft trying to get on it. He's got it there. Pass out in front. Nice stop by Markoulis. Puck still not clear. Physical play there. Leaves it on the far side. Schnatter with some room to work up the left wing. Schnatter, quick shot. That's poked away by Rossi over to the end boards. Big check from Dean Rosa, and now the arm goes up. It was a late call by the official. See what the signal is. It is a rough. Brendan Yerk's not a fan of the call at all, but it seems like Rosa's heading to the box after the PK for the second time tonight.
I mean, Rosa just blindsided him. He came out of that line, just out of the bench, and just attacked him. But let's give credit to Markoulis on that last save with the anticipation on that last stop. Had 2 defenders on him, but he was able to anticipate that defender in the middle to block the puck before it just found the net.
Second look for Albany on the power play. That was how they scored their first goal tonight. One more would get this one back level. Weiss. Back to the far side to Smith. Aggressive play from Dylan Kinzer to force that one away. And here's a break shorthanded. Here comes Buglione. Nico Buglione dangles in. He scores! A shorty for Buglione. Hofstra ahead by 2 yet again.
And Buglione's speed putting the Albany goalie on his heels, able to deke and find that crease.
And we mentioned in the pregame, Albany had allowed 11 shorthanded goals this season. Now make it 12 through just 13 games.
And it's kind of crazy to think about that. Shorthanded goals given up. Had a guy in the box, and even with that extra defender out there, still able to give it up.
So Albany now trailing again by 2. Chris Smith carrying in quickly, looking to get that goal right back. Closing the pads is Buglione as Weiss settles back down at the point. Weiss's shot blocked, and that one ends up in the netting out of play. Jordan Cox keeping his stick on the ice, doing a good job blocking that shot from the blue line. A minute 17 to go on this Albany power play. Gave up the shorthanded goal to Nico Buglione. 4th goal of the year for the freshman. Draw won by the Great Danes. Comes back up top to Weiss. Through traffic, looking for the tip. Ended up high. Chris Smith sends back down low. Reset here on the near side for Albany. Collision on the near side boards. Puck was held to the wall. Hofstra able to clear. Time continues to tick. Penalty half gone against Dean Rosa for Hofstra. Still some time for Albany to go to work. Here's Weiss working in with some speed, knocked over to the near side corner. Taking it back there is Jake Johnson. Johnson back over to Smith. Smith, hands behind the net, gets it right back. Smith tries a shot. That's saved by by Markoulis for Hofstra, and the Pride able to clear out to center. Pride doing a much better job here on this this penalty kill of keeping the puck around the outside, nothing to the middle. Smith from the wall, back up top to Scarpello. Nino Scarpello into the middle, shoots one. That one's knocked away, still loose. Comes back behind the net. Markoulis was out of position, not hurt by it. Weiss back up top, shot through traffic off the right pad of Markoulis, still loose there. They fire one off the outside of the net. Rosa out of the box. Hofstra kills the penalty, but the danger not clear. Back out to the near side. Possession with Danny McCardle. He races ahead. They got a 3-on-1. McCardle looking towards the net. His shot. He scores! Danny McCardle into the back of the net. Hofstra leads 4-1.
And what a snipe by McCardle. Hofstra pushing the pace off that turnover. They came out last 2 days ago, but they've been skating for all those loose pucks. Saw the advantage, and McCardle takes it himself. And the defender went down. Probably a mistake there. Could have probably attempted to play some defense, but he just gave himself up.
It looked like he was trying to play the pass, figuring that the defenseman McCardle would pass the puck up and give up that shooting opportunity, but McCardle has a great shot. Saw it on display his entire career with the Long Beach Marines, and now on display here for the Hofstra Pride. A goal for McCardle, his 4th of the year. Gives Hofstra the largest lead of the night. They lead by 3 as Spiro Markoulis heads over to the bench. That mask needs some repairs. And if you recall, we had the stoppage earlier when it came undone in his own net. Now this time comes over to the bench for some more serious repairs. Jimmy John Picone, the backup goaltender for Hofstra in this contest. He's made 5 appearances so far this season. May be called upon to work a couple minutes in goal here tonight if Markoulis' mask is not a quick fix.
Or they could just switch masks if that is an option, but Markoulis' mask definitely got messed up in that scrum in front of the net. Albany almost had a good opportunity because he was on his knees scrambling to find the puck. The Hofstra defensemen were able to knock it away. But back to that goal by McCardle. What a snipe shot right on the post above the glove of Rossi. He didn't
just the awareness as well, noticing that they were on an odd man break and able to skate in and make that a dangerous opportunity, because so often you could see it where a play like that happens and just you have your head locked into the positioning where you just dump the puck in and ignore that big goal-scoring opportunity, but not that time for the freshman McCardle.
And a smart play, too, not to try to give it up due too much. Saw the defender play the pass, and he saw his opportunity, and he just got it over the glove of Rossi.
Looks like it'll take a little bit of extra time for Markoulis to get the necessary repairs to his mask.
We see Jimmy John Picone with his mask off, maybe trying to offer his mask to Markoulis as well. But for now, Hofstra extends their lead 4-1, and Hofstra coming out with a fire.
Markoulis back out there. He's got the mask fixed up. They'll need him down the stretch. Shots on goal to this point. A narrow lead in that department for Hofstra, 17-16, but much more comfortable where it matters most. They lead the Great Danes by 3. A most recent goal by Danny McCardle. And the second period so far, the story has been the local freshmen, 2 veterans of the Islanders High School Hockey League in Nassau County, find the board in Buglione and McCardle. Chance in there, but Kinzer throws a check to force the puck away from the net. A collision again. A couple players lose their balance. Hofstra can't clear the zone. Delayed penalty coming against Hofstra. A shot through a screen. Zwiedma could not hit the net.
And you see Hofstra coming out a little bit more aggressive, too, after that goal, pumped up after extending the lead.
Goaltender to the bench for Albany. 6 skaters out there for the Great Danes, taking advantage of the delayed penalty. Pass back across. Nice sit up there, but then forced down low. Aloisio finally touches up, and Hofstra to the PK. See who they nabbed for this one. It was a bit of a scramble there in that sequence in the defensive zone, and they find Cam Kelly guilty here of, we wait for the signal.
But remember the last time Hofstra had a man in the box, what happened? Nico Buglione with that shorthanded goal last time. So Albany, kind of their Achilles heel, needs to tighten up.
And then the goal from McCardle not too long afterwards. Still some of those power play skaters out there for Albany giving up that goal. It was Kelly for hooking, giving the Great Danes their 3rd try on the power play. 1 for 2 tonight. It's a bouncing puck, finds its way towards Markoulis, but makes a really nice glove save as he was skating over towards the near side post.
And that was almost scary. Markoulis able to save that with his glove. If that hit the ice, you had an Albany player right there ready to knock it in. And you Albany just passing around the perimeter trying to feel it out.
Puck held on the near side wall, moved down low. Dean Rosa there for Hofstra, but a couple of Great Danes on the near side wall. Chance to hold it in, but the point man there, rather, and Nino Scarpello cannot do it. Gets back on it. Scarpello across the blue line. Forced backwards, kick down, and a chance in. Here comes the skater in Casola. That Casola's in. That would save. Rebound. Score! What an effort there on his knees, but still finding the loose puck. It's Chris Colo, 5-1 Pride.
And that all started right there with the defense by number 22, Matt Casola, anticipating the pass, knocking away with his skate to get the opportunity. And then you have Chris Colo coming in from behind, hustle play on the rebound, coming out of nowhere.
Second shorthanded goal of the period, scored by the Hofstra Pride. This one from Chris Colo. And now that is 13 shorthanded goals allowed by the Great Danes in 13 games. They look to get it back. Held on the near side by Colin Zwiedma. Zwiedma looking towards the net. Swinging a miss at the shot. Cox wanted to poke it away and get a shorty of his own. Won't happen this time as that puck fired over the net by Graham. Power play continues here for Albany, now trailing by a considerable margin of 4 goals. Jonathan Graham feeds it around the dasher, kicks out to the near side. Zwiedma just holds that in at the stripe. Pivots around, no room to work against Jordan Cox. Zwiedma got the stick in there to the midsection. Albany fans wanted a call against McCardle. Nothing coming there as it's moved down low to McDonald. Quinn McDonald. Fans up top. Long shot away. That's blocked. Comes back over to Zwiedma. Penalty expiring. Some friendly fire there as an Albany player got in the way of Zwiedma's shot. And Hofstra able to clear off the glove of Zwiedma down the ice. So Albany 1 for 3 on the power play, but have allowed 2 shorthanded goals between the 2 unsuccessful power play tries. Nice stick lift from Kelly right out of the penalty box. Stops that goal-scoring opportunity. Loose puck over to the corner. McCardle there beats out Smith for Albany, and now cleared out by Hofstra. At least starting to clear is James Van Aaron. Dylan Kinzer in stride, pokes it ahead. Kinzer feeds up top, finds McCardle. McCardle shoots. That one just tickled the outside of the pipe. McCardle looking for his second of the game. Can't get it that time. Kinzer back on it. Up top to Danny McCardle. McCardle towards the net. That one's blocked away. Zwiedma lost his stick in the process, but does not mind. Blocks a shot away. Cox back towards the net. Knocked down. Does not draw a penalty. Ends up in the back of the net himself. Face-off rule to leave the zone.
And Cox had a good opportunity. Van Aaron trailing there, but he was swarmed by so many UAlbany players. Didn't have the opportunity to pass it to Van Aaron, but almost made a great opportunity for himself.
Under 4.5 to go in period 2. It's been an outstanding frame for Hofstra, and in fact, the Albany Great Danes bench has seen enough. They turn to Alex Dola to finish out the rest of this one in net.
And quite a towering presence in net. A tall guy out there for their netminder right now.
Joe Rossi nicked for 5 goals on 19 shots against. So now Dola in net, fresh off his first shutout win of his collegiate career, the transfer from Suffolk University.
And coming into it, we said it was going to be a high-scoring game, but now they go back to their starter, their top goalie, to try to create a spark and come from behind late in this one. Early
action there for Dola, a glove save. This is 7th game played of the season. First appearance in relief, has a 4-2 record and a 341 GAA.
Just about 3 goals less than than Rossi's.
Brendan Yerkes cannot get a clean handle on that puck. Good check thrown there. Chance to get the puck away from Albany. Still fighting for possession. Great Danes get it away. Looking towards the net. It's Smith. A couple of chances, but even better saves from Spiro Markoulis.
And how many times has Chris Smith gotten close to the net but just can't finish? His best opportunity with a net right there. But Markoulis laying out for the puck.
Now turnover in the offensive zone. Hofstra a chance here. Buglione stonewalled by Dola. Knocked over into the corner. And now taken clear by Albany. Working ahead is Trevor Vino. Vino finds a pass across the ice to Weiss. Weiss looking towards the net. Wide open and tapped in. What a setup there from the Great Danes. They're back in it. It's 5-2.
And that all started with Chris Smith. Chris Smith just came off the bench late there, kind of hovered. Hofstra Pride lost track of him, and he was able to pass it right into the center. And he snuck behind the defense right there.
Love to take another look at the ISO cam here and see who gets credit for the goal. It was Jake Weiss leading the handshake line. We get a look at it here, and
Matt
Waters coming over to the near side post. Looked like he got the last piece of it.
When Smith
But they give credit to Weiss for the goal off a hat trick in his last game. And now another goal here, his 7th of the season. Makes it 5-2. Great Danes still trail, but another chance here with Johnson. Jake Johnson, a shot coming up high, but stopped by the chest of Markoulis, and he gets the whistle with 1:56 left in the second.
And you know Scarpella was lurking on that same side that we saw the goal from Waters score. And now
Hofstra trying to survive here and keep this multi-goal lead, but it's cut by another. Albany chipping away. They're back to within 2.
this is not what you want to see. Their defense has been good, but Albany finding their rhythm, just having that backside man to Markoulis' right. So they might have found the weak spot in Markoulis' vision.
You mentioned in the first period, Michael, that Hofstra was doing a good job keeping the big name players out of the equation. But a primary assist on the last goal for Chris Smith, and now a goal from Jake Johnson, his 14th of the year, has put Albany back within striking distance. They trail by 2. And what a change that the switch in goal to Dola has provided. He only had to make really one stop, but 2 goals going the other way has given the Great Danes some life in the second period. Nakasola holds in the zone for Hofstra. Shot through traffic, looking for the deflection there that just missed the stick of Matarazzo. Dola able to make the stop.
Especially with the goalie change that Albany made too, the goals aren't going to come as easy as they were before.
Do some quick searching here to see exactly how tall Alex Dola is, because he is an imposing presence in that goal.
Very tall.
Chance down the ice here for Albany. Chris Colo blocks the pass away. Nearly left it on a silver platter there in front of net. Doesn't quite work out there as the Albany Great Danes would have hope. But now the puck turned over again by Hofstra. Set up here by Zwiedma. Kylan Zwiedma, his pass knocked away, but comes down low. Quick step there into the corner with Eric Kraft. Pushing, shoving behind the net. Creates a chance here for Albany. That one's fired wide, and McDonald can't hold the point. Albany back in their own end here. Time to work here in the second. Must have misread the clock because there's 6.5 minutes left still. I suppose when I read the clock earlier, there was 7:59 left, not 1:59, but play continues anyways with Chris Smith. Chris Smith scores! Bar in. Chris Smith gets Albany back within 1.
And that is 3 unanswered goals for Albany. And like you said, now Jack Johnson and Chris Smith being part of the answer. He just glides through the middle of the defense and finds that gap in Markoulis on the right side. 3 goals Markoulis gave up on that right side by the blocker pad.
Take a look at the ISO cam here.
The ref blocking us again.
But you saw that puck going in with Markoulis not able to get over to the near side post, and the tides have turned. Hofstra needs a timeout to talk things over. If you're Coach Kelly on that bench, what are you saying to your team right now?
It's hard to say because Chris Johnson, it's mainly just about their line changes. They're putting Chris Johnson in great opportunities to get behind that defense. It's almost like when Hofstra finds themselves off heels, that's when Albany will put that line change out, and Chris Johnson will find himself in a breakaway opportunity to put that defense on their heels.
3 goals in a minute and 58 seconds has taken Albany from down 5-1 to now down 5-4. And now carrying all the momentum that they have scored on doing the math here and accessing the memory banks a little bit. They have scored 3 goals on their last 5 shots. Spiro Markoulis, a fantastic first period, but a little bit porous here in the second.
And if I'm Coach Kelly, I'm just saying keep track of Chris Johnson because he's the catalyst of which this offense runs through, and he's been the player that has kind of sparked these goals, has that 1 assist off of that 1, and now a goal of his own.
And Chris Smith, a goal and an assist. Jake Johnson chipping in with a goal as well. 2 leading scorers here for Albany this season, playing a big factor in this comeback effort. Great Danes were down by as much as 3 goals in this one, or rather 4 goals in this one, but now within 1.
I mean, they were doing a great job at the beginning of this game keeping those top goal scorers for Albany off the boards, but they
a chance in front for Hofstra. A kick-out stop from Dola on Yerkes' effort. And then on the back door, Buglione couldn't get to the loose puck. Now Albany up the other way, developing 3-on-2, but just a little bit of a bobble there from Jake Weiss. That's called for offsides.
And that was almost a great opportunity, but that play could have been extended a little bit more. Kinzer, number 27, skated away just a little bit early before he saw Albany control the puck. And what could have been an extended offensive opportunity off that ricochet turned into a Albany chance.
Face-off win for Jordan Cox. Good job to stay with that one on the tie-up. Cox looking out to the front of the net. Buglione's there. Just couldn't get a shot away. So he had some open space right in the slot. Trying to jam it in here. Puck still loose on the doorstep. Hofstra firing away. It trickles to the end boards. Out in the middle to Buglione. Stopped by Dola, and he falls on top of it. Alex Dola standing on his head, helping his team in their comeback effort.
And that's exactly what we said. Goals aren't going to come as easy with Dola in there. The towering presence. He almost takes up the entirety of that goal standing in there. But they just have to keep feeding it inside. They got 3 opportunities. And the more they feed it inside, the more opportunities they will get and eventually capitalize on one of them. What do you say on skates? He's at least 6'3". Maybe even more.
At least. I would say probably more.
Maybe 6'5".
And they got to factor in the skates as well, as that's a stop by Markoulis. Left a juicy rebound, but it's cleared out by Hofstra. Another dangerous chance there from Albany, generated on a long-range shot. Good stick handling by Van Aaron. JVE moves in for Hofstra, trying to get the multi-goal lead back. He holds it in the corner, spins around into the face-off circles. Alex Dola right there at the far side post, and he makes an easy save.
I still can't get over how big Alex Dola is in that goal. Not only is he tall, but those pads also give him extra girth in that net. He almost covers the net end to end, pipe to pipe.
Well, the only thing I see for him, he says he measures 5'5". The only thing I could think of, maybe that's a typo, and he actually stands 6'5".
Probably 6'5", because he's definitely not 5'5", unless he's wearing stilts under his skates.
Long pass across the ice, that's deflected away, and now moved inside. A nice work there by Nathan Teachin, sticking with that one. But now a puck comes up the other way, and Dola, using all of that 6'5" frame, dives and makes a heroic. And Aaron down low in this game. Puck poked away as this one sent right over into the broadcast booth.
Oh my gosh. Look out.
Souvenir for a lucky fan over here.
Sound the air raid sirens.
There's not much gap. on that netting right in front of us, but it found a little bit of a hole and went just over to my right, fortunately to the right of our camera as well.
And they passed it right to you, Ian. I think they were saying, here, let's get involved. Go skate out there. Put your skates on.
3:38 to go in this back and forth battle. Hofstra with a 1-goal lead over Albany, 5-4. Alex Dola stealing the spotlight here in the second period ever since he's entered the action. Danny McCardle through traffic, bouncing puck, saved by Dola. Pass back out in front. Yerkes there, missed the open net. Couldn't get his stick on that pass out into the middle, just rolled on him. Another pass sent over towards Buglione. Dola wanted to cover up, could not get there. Albany sends down the ice. This has enough steam for icing. Faceoff comes back into Dola's neighborhood.
And they got, like I said for you, Albany, early in this game, Hofstra has the right concept of what they want to do. They keep feeding it inside in front of Dola, finding the gaps in you Albany's defense, but it's just the execution. A few arid passes could be the difference between a few couple goals in that offensive possession for the Hofstra Pride.
Great Danes win the face-off, trying to keep the pressure on. Had some numbers there, but needed to finish out that shift. So dump in for a line change. Important to get the players off the ice, get the puck in deep. Win the period with the long change in the second.
And Chris Johnson is back out on the ice for the Albany Great Danes as well. Got to keep an eye on him.
Chris Smith is kind of playing cherry pick hockey right now, just lurking out in center ice. Long lead pass, trying to find him, but that's intercepted. Shot into the middle, blocked away. Sliding effort from Jake Weiss. Weiss, the flip pass over to the near side. Kinzer trying to get on it, takes a bad bounce away from him. Dangling inside, looking for spaces. Vito, they score! Jake Weiss, his second of the game, and we are all tied up.
And now 4 unanswered goals from you, Albany, to tie it back. The goalie change making it harder for Hofstra to penetrate, but creating space on the perimeter to get in close to cut the gap from Arculis. Got 2 defenders in close, confusing him, and he just had to lay out.
Ever since they put Dola in, he's made some 10-bell saves, and now this goal at the other end of the ice. The nice feed set up from Trevor comes over to Weiss. His second of the game puts Albany back into a tie contest, all tied at 5.
You could see Marculis playing Chris Johnson there, and that's why he gave that gap open for the goal.
Another nice play from Smith. The pass out into the middle is blocked away. Cleared out by Hofstra, who has all of a sudden found themselves on their heels. They've gotten some good chances, but Dola has just shut everything down and has not given them any chance to get the insurance back on the board. And as a result, Hofstra now tied up. Nice move in from Van Aaron. Van Aaron fires. That one goes wide. Really nice work on the deke to set up that shot. Had some room against Dola, but taken away. A long-range shot from Chris Colo. Stopped by Dola. Falls on top of the rebound. Minute 33 to go in the second period. We got a brand new hockey game.
Indeed, and that's the biggest factor is that goalie change. Dola, the opportunities that Hofstra has gotten that maybe Rossi would have let in, Dola has been able to shut down immediately, like you said. Just been a net minder, an absolute brick wall in that net. And he looks like a brick wall too.
Matt Matarazzo trying to carry inside, but that was Chris Colo a step ahead, offside against Hofstra. His build reminds me a lot of a player I called back in junior hockey, Cooper Black. He stood 6 feet 8 inches tall in net for the Maryland Black Bears. Went on to play in the USHL and then was picked up as a free agent, I believe, by the Florida Panthers. So Cooper Black, if he makes the NHL, would become the tallest goalie in NHL history. A very similar build there from Alex Dola here for the Albany Great Danes. Physical play on the boards. Chris Colo finds the pass from Van Aaron. Sent down low into the final minute of the second. Casola looking for the wraparound. Nothing there. Bit of a mix-up between Matarazzo and Rosa. Loose puck saved by Matarazzo. Finds the sweep pass down low, but the miscommunication jars it loose. Here's Chris Smith. Moving up the right wing, 2-on-2 they work. Finds Weiss. Weiss has it poked away. He was trying to poke it through the defense, but now Matarazzo and company can't clear. That was Casol, missed chance there. A long shot from the point, knocked away. Might have been going wide anyways, but a nice block to boot.
And Hofstra's got to find a way to get that puck control.
Matt Waters can't hold it in, and it won't be icing because Waters had a chance to play it.
I mean, you Albany fans not happy with the reffing going on the ice right now.
One last chance for Hofstra, but instead Yerkes just sends it in deep. And what a late period push for the Albany Great Danes. It seemed like this game was getting away from them. But then they goaltender change. They put Dola in net. He makes fantastic saves. The offense ignites to score 4 unanswered goals. And this has really just been twice now, a tale of 2 periods, both in the first and now in the second.
Yeah, and the huge difference was the Dola. But Albany found a way to get their best player, Chris Smith, involved with that cherry-picking offense. Kind of going Chris Smith just in the back. But things are getting chippy now. Towards the end of that period, I saw Dean Rosa give Chris Smith just a little shove, and this third period set to be a battle.
And Chris Smith getting involved. The goal for Jake Johnson as well, too, from Jake Weiss, has put this into a brand new hockey game as we get set for the third. Hofstra and Albany all tied up at 5. When we come back, we got third period action on the Long Island Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Freeport Bubble on the Long Island Sports Network. Ian Binky, Michael Palumbo with you here, and it seemed to be going Hofstra's way. A 5-1 lead, plenty of time to go, but a pretty comfortable advantage. But then Albany sorted things out. Alex Dola comes in, 2 goals from Jake Weiss, and were bookended around goals from Jake Johnson and Chris Smith. They've really found their game here, and it all started with that goaltender change.
Yeah, and when they took out Rossi, Dola just kind of encapsulated that net for them. Hofstra has had such a hard time pushing the pucks. They got a lot of great opportunities, but Dola's just swallowed it up. And then on the offensive side, Hofstra has to find a way to clear out the front side of that net, creating a lot of confusion for Markulis. On one of that last goals, Chris Smith was in the front. Markulis played the pass, but then got tricked and left the net open for the shot.
We were missed to forget about the miraculous save of the year candidate from Alex Dola, taking one away from Matt Casola that could have really put this one and seal it up for Hofstra, give them the momentum back, but instead momentum wore the purple and gold for Albany to finish out that second period, and a brand new hockey game, everything to play for in these 20 minutes.
Because early on in the game, Albany was trying to dish it inside to get it in front of Markulis. Markulis was swallowing everything up, and they found if they could change the eye direction of Markulis, it fared out in their favor a lot more.
First whistle of the third period is an icing call against Albany. And you got to feel like the next goal of the game for the Pride, it has to be a Hofstra goal. They cannot allow another unanswered goal to go up on the board for the Great Danes.
And they've been getting a lot of good opportunities, and now it's just about execution. The defense hasn't been terrible. They just have to figure out a way to clear up that net for Markulis.
That was a good takeaway by Albany from Trevor Vino on a poke check, but unable to convert on a potential odd man rush. A nice check there right at the blue line. That one thrown by Nino Scarpello up against the Hofstra player Matarazzo. Looking for McDonald back across the ice. That move is intercepted. Hofstra looking to move up the near side with McCardle and Casola rather, but that was taken away once again. And the dump in from Trevor Vino, really finishing off his shift strong. Chris Smith looking for a passing partner on the near side. That's met into a board battle. Casola flips out of the zone, glove down by Jonathan Graham. He flips in to finish off, or allowed a line change to be completed here for Albany. Chris Smith heads to the bench. Confusion behind the Hofstra net. They turn it over. Shot partially blocked there on a one-time try. Markulis still called into action.
Now Albany pouring the defense on, not letting Hofstra get a chance to bring it out of their net.
Oh, look out. Puck turned over. Nice stick save for Markulis and able to grab it out of midair. That was Jake Johnson on the quick snapshot from the slot. But stick save for Markulis gets a whistle. Hofstra, their backs to the wall already in the third.
And much of what Hofstra did in the first period, coming out aggressive, that's what Albany's doing. And this is what Hofstra did at the start of last period. It resulted in goals, but you can't have that with the momentum not on your side right now.
After the face-off win, Quinn McDonald leads to the near side. Brendan Yerkes trying to start a clear for Hofstra, the physical forward, able to force it out to center. Once again, using his skate to kick that one ahead. Buglione can't catch the pass, but the coach over there for the Great Danes can catch the puck that was leaving the surface. And the face-off stays in the defensive end for Albany.
And they have goal scorers out there in Buglione and Yerkes. Yerkes with 2, Buglione with 1. And honestly, almost think that Hofstra maybe should commit a penalty because that's what worked out for them a couple times.
They get one right back, right off the face-off. It's Jordan Cox on the board. Hofstra leads again.
Well, no penalty needed there to get the goal. Jordan Cox is a player who handles the puck so well for this Hofstra Pride team, and he finally strikes on an opportunity, the first blemish for Dola.
And they figured that to beat Alex Dola, they have to do it when he's not quite ready. They took advantage of him just caught a little bit sleeping there off the face-off, and the quick shot from Cox right off the draw beats the tall goaltender straight up, and Hofstra leads again. But now Albany able to get it right back. Back and forth we go. We're tied at 6.
Oh, baby. This has been a back and forth game, and UAlbany wasting no time using their speed to go to the other end and get a quick goal.
Jonathan Graham getting the goal this time. We take another look back at it.
Draws it to the middle to pass to the outside, and the recipe just keeps cooking. They add more ingredients, and you see it time and time and again. They get Markulis to move over to that right side because he's having trouble defending the puck.
For Jonathan Graham, what a way to get your first goal of the season in a shootout game like this one. 6-6. Every goal matters, and that's just got to be deflating for Hofstra. You get the lead back, but then you give that goal up immediately afterwards. And strong skating shown there by Albany, able to win the race to get the icing call. That was Eric Kraft busting his buns all the way down the ice.
I like that phrase, busting his buns. But yeah, it's super deflating because it's been an absolutely hard. Hofstra has had to work so hard just to get that one goal, and UAlbany showing that they're still able to score with ease out of the break.
Draw one. McDonald tries the quick shot. That's blocked left, right out in front. Pat stop Markulis kicks the rebound to the far side wall. Jake Rook starting to clear, but that stalls out right at the blue line. Collins Wiedma guarding the stripe. To the near side. Buck battled for it there. Dylan Kinzer knocked down. Able to get back on his skates, but Albany with possession. Scrum now right out into the middle. Tie up there. Albany a chance to get back out, or a chance to get their first lead of the game, but unable to get to it was Quinn McDonald. Hofstra clears out, and they can start a line change here.
And that was a great defense by Nick Aloisio, tying up the UAlbany player in the front because he couldn't get his stick to that puck in front of the neck of Markulis.
Sweem crashing towards the net. That one is stopped by Markulis. There's some more chippiness there, pushing and shoving. A little bit of a jab from Kinzer on the player right in front for Albany, right as the whistle blew. So some temper starting to flare a bit here from Hofstra. No doubt some frustration, blowing that 4-goal lead and then getting a lead back, and a matter of seconds later seeing it evaporate again.
And how can you not love club hockey? The chippiness, rivalries starting to cement here out on the ice.
And these teams in different conferences, but not a conference matchup, providing some heat here tonight.
And that seems to be the thing with club hockey. Teams come in not knowing each other, but come out hating each other.
Van Aaron in the corner here for Hofstra, sends it down low, finds Makasola opposite corner. He can't settle the puck down, still fighting for it. His stick tied up there. Good strong work there with the twig by Evan Scarpello. Knocked down by McCardle on the clearing attempt. Tried to shovel a pass back along, but Albany finds a man in behind the D. Working in, it's Vino. Vino, feed across. That's knocked away by Hofstra. But again, that same setup again for the Great Danes. Now a defensive miscue. Odd man rush the other way for Hofstra. Feed through, and that one is shut down once again. What a save from Alex Stola. He stonewalls. Guess who? It's Makasola again that gets robbed.
And that was a great opportunity. Hofstra couldn't have written a better script, but Dola, and basketball you talk about is somebody's wingspan, but Dola using that leg span to block that. Oh my Lord, he got the splits and used every bit of that 6'5" frame to get that puck away from the net.
That made me a little bit sore just watching it, but that's why I'm over here calling the game and he's on the ice.
I wouldn't have legs if I could do that.
Nope. I did it once playing first base in baseball, and yeah, it was not a comfortable couple of minutes, hours after that.
No. But this has been the difference of the game for UAlbany, putting Dola in goal.
Tried to clear over the far side. The Albany fans chirping their own player there, giving a little bit of hard chops there on Evan Scarpello, trying to clear the zone, but instead dumped it into his own bench. Faceoff comes right back to the left of Alex Dola.
That was just a beautiful hockey play all around, too. Great pass, great feed, and great goalie work. Nothing better than a hockey play like that.
Thomas Mark from behind his own net. Finds the man there on the near side. That's Jake Johnson. Johnson looking down ice, has Graham there. Graham sealed to the wall by Dean Rosa.
Now you see the chippiness of both teams. Every team fighting for every extra moment.
A 3-on-2 mounting here for Hofstra. Good work going stride for stride against Cox was Thomas Mark, but a loose puck out in front. They score. It's a hat trick for Brendan Yerkes.
And Yerkes on the ricochet in the right place at the right time again. Brendan Yerkes in the no man's land for Dola, and he couldn't see, right in the peripheral. Sneaking in behind Dola for the goal.
Sneaked into that slot, and really nobody saw him there except the player in white for Hofstra. They're the only player that had any idea, really only person that had any idea that Brendan Yerkes was sitting right there as he scores his third goal of the game. He doubled his goal total of the season with his second goal of the night, and now his third goal of the game, fifth of the year, puts Hofstra in front 7-6.
And this is the hardest I've seen Hofstra hockey play. They're getting chippy, fighting for every loose puck. The stick work going crazy right now on the defensive end.
Puck came up top, and now that's touched down and gloved up by Markoulis after the pass from Matt Waters at the point was looking for someone down low, didn't meet anyone until it found the trapper of Markoulis.
And I think I hear some music in the background. They're playing Edwin Diaz's walkout song on the back end.
A loose puck out in front here. Nice save, Markoulis, on a changing shot from Kyle Millington.
And a great screening there by Kinzer in front of the net as well.
Hard-fought battle for the puck here, far side wall, 2-on-2. Extra man comes in, gets it back for Albany. Kick-out stop from Markoulis, and able to stop the rebound as well. That was Colin Zwiedma racing in from the blue line, but not much room to shoot against Markoulis.
And great defense there by Kinzer yet again. Zwiedma trying to go in for the ricochet rebound, but Kinzer uses his body to block him from getting that ricochet opportunity.
Quick shot off the draw. McDonald stopped by the paddle of Markoulis. Sent low again by the Great Danes. Turnover by the Hofstra Pride. Markoulis scrambled over. Shot never arrived. Puck still loose there. Now it finds its way up into the ceiling. Out of play off deflection. Believe the faceoff stays in the defensive end for the Pride.
And this is the fastest hockey either team has played tonight. On the other end, defensively, Hofstra is just playing so physical right now compared to the earlier stages. Now that they got that lead again, they're not looking to give it right back up.
14:04 left to go in the third, and it's a hat trick for Brendan Yerkes that has Hofstra ahead by 1. Swept over to the far side boards. That's Dylan Kinzer able to dump in for Hofstra. The tie-up between Smith and McCardle.
Great
allows
defense.
the puck to move down the ice.
That's going to be important to keep track of Smith. Great work there by McCardle, not letting Smith get behind the defense.
Nice work in the O-zone. Forcing a turnover, Van Aaron, but then a reflected pass creates numbers down the ice for Albany. Carrying in is Weiss. He's sitting on 2 goals. Feeds out into the middle. Smith was there, but the pass missed. Zwiedma back around to the corner. Finds Chris Smith there. Heat coming from Rosa. Shrugs off the check, but the puck leaves the zone.
And now the bigger, more physical players just attacking Smith, trying to use their bigger size to wear him down.
Easier said than done. As this puck carried in once again by Albany. Wrapping it around, it's Trevor Vino. Ever since Vino got moved up to this line with Smith and company, that has also been a big difference maker, as they've generated most of the goals that have been scored in this comeback effort. Smith looking over towards the far side. Markoulis goes full dive, full stretch onto the loose puck. It was just sitting at the edge of his crease.
And now Markoulis anticipating that backside player being there for UAlbany. That's what UAlbany has been getting their money on their goals. And you see him sliding just a little bit earlier, anticipating, not trying to let those easy goals into the net.
Then on the other side, though, if you're Albany, try to take note of that and maybe cash in on Markoulis trying to cheat over to the post. But now a chance in for Yerkes. Looking for more. That one stopped.
UAlbany has done a great job at changing their offensive scheme, forcing it inside early and then trying to go to the sides using Markoulis' peripheral vision against him.
Scooped ahead by Jake Johnson. Johnson gets around the poke check of Aloisio. Back of the corner, trying to set up. Comes back behind the net. Looking for some room. Johnson there, and Markoulis got a piece of that one. Stays alive behind the net. Hard-fought battle behind the net. Poke check from Markoulis over to the far side wall. Buglione wins the joust out to center ice. Aggressive work from Brendan Yerkes, trying to force a turnover. Still looking for his 4th goal of the night. Won't come this time as it's guided ahead by Scarpello. Scarpello fires one wide of the net. Stays over in the corner. Some reinforcements arrive for the Great Danes. Batted along by Cox, trying to start a clear here for Hofstra. That's left behind. A great chance there, but unable to get to it, Eric Kraft. Hofstra heads up the other way. Pride dump in, go to the bench for a line change. 11:20 to go in the third. 1-goal lead for Hofstra off of Brendan Yerkes' 3rd of the night. As the physicality ramps up, some big checks thrown to the near side boards. No exception was a check in on Rook thrown by Nick Gandolfo.
And Hofstra has to be careful with his aggressive defense to try to not let a UAlbany player get behind them, because that's what Chris Smith has been very good at.
Hofstra bench calling for a penalty. Gandolfo threw an aggressive check along the near side wall. They wanted a boarding call as it was Cam Kelly a little bit slow to get up after that hit.
But this physical, aggressive defense has been doing the trick, wearing that UAlbany offense down, tiring them out a little bit.
Danny McCardle had a pass over to Casola, almost got lost in his skates, but he finds a pass over to the far side, back to the near with McCardle. McCardle looking for the lead pass to Matarazzo, can't get to it. Back of the corner, battle for possession. Albany skates away with it, can't get too far. Attempted clear on the near side, stalls out with Danny McCardle. McCardle shovels around the dasher boards, kicks out behind to Matt Matarazzo. He was tied up there. Attempted clear from Albany, no good. Slap shot from the point, and tracking that one all the way. Alex Dola through traffic, might have taken a tip in front, but Dola able to get all of it.
And you see with Chris Smith back out there on the ice, he is cherry-picking right back by the blue line, hanging back, trying to get that breakaway opportunity. But you see those 2 Hofstra Pride defenders on the blue line mirroring, and that's Chris Sola and McCardle on the back there trying to mirror Chris Smith's movements.
Smith aggressively skating ahead again. Puck finds its way to Jake Weiss. Weiss towards the net. That shot blocked. Kicks out to Smith here. Back up top. Big shot thought about from Vino. Sends it towards the net, but Markoulis smothers it for another whistle. Under 10 minutes to go in the third.
That's been a great job, too, by that Pride defense. That aggressive defense on the perimeter, but now they're not letting the UAlbany, they clear the net in front of Markoulis. And UAlbany selling a lot of shots on the perimeter.
Smith trying to poke that out of the fray. He's got it. Pass into the middle. Nice shot there from the slot. McDonald missed the net. Big check on the far side wall. Sends the Hofstra player down to the ice. Loose puck picked up by Albany. Big shot from the point. Stopped by the stick of Markoulis. Hofstra clears. That was a great chance for Trevor Vino. He's had a couple here in this last sequence. But he is stopped by Markoulis, and his team still stays behind by 1.
And now Hofstra trying to play keep away, still being aggressive on the defensive end, though.
Keep away is a dangerous game to be playing when you only have a 1-goal lead, especially with players like Chris Smith that are not afraid to try to jump in the passing lanes. This effort held in. It's on the far side with Albany. Pass out in front, missed it a couple of sticks. Batted down low by Hofstra. Chance to reset the troops. Swedema holds in on the corner point.
And it's not like UAlbany hasn't gotten their chances. Markoulis has just done a great job at tightening up his defense in the net.
Brendan Yerkes carries in for Hofstra. Spins off the hit. Get through the second one against McDonald. Oh, nice sweep towards the net from Buglione. That's stopped, though, by Alex Dola. Carried back ahead by Johnson. He dumps in for Albany. Cut off by Markoulis only partially. Kept alive by Albany. Loose puck towards the net. Markoulis just gathers it into his pads for the whistle. 8:20 to go in the third. 1-goal lead for Hofstra.
Like you said, that aggressive defense by the Pride. But it's kind of a scary defense to be playing with that 1-goal lead. But it's what's largely worked against this UAlbany squad. They still have those 2 guys mirroring Chris Smith, and they've been a good job at shutting him down.
Hofstra goes on the attack here. Jake Rook looking towards the net. That one goes behind. Ken Kelly sweeps it back along. Looking out in front to Schnatter. He was tied up. Reset up top with Kinzer. Dilly Kinzer looking towards the net. Wide open net off the rebound. Sprawling save from Dola, and he falls on top.
And they had two guys right there ready for the ricochet. Had it gone to the guy in front for the Pride, probably would have been a better, more easier shot opportunity for a goal, but it ricochets to the guy farther away from the net.
Another example of a highlight reel save from Alex Dola. If it's not for him, this game is a crooked number up on the board for Hofstra, but Dola, another fantastic save. Just a 1-goal deficit on the board for his team.
You don't want to say that and take away credit, but Rossi most likely wouldn't be able to handle with this fast-paced play at the net.
Backhanded shot towards the net, but high and wide, ends up in the corner.
But also makes you wonder, what is Dola doing playing club hockey and not NCAA hockey?
Again, Dola, a transfer from Division II Suffolk University. That's where he played last season. This comes down for icing against Hofstra. A miscued pass from Dylan Kinzer. Had a really strong season there with Suffolk when he got the opportunity to play, but now transfers over here to Albany. Fantastic effort his last time out, of course. Mentioned the shutout victory for Albany in that victory against Jefferson Community College. Did not have a whole ton to do, just 15 saves, but still his first shutout win at the collegiate level. Face-off won by Albany, trying to keep the pressure on. Shot goes wide. It's a Smith line back out there. Smith looking for a pass up the far side. That's stalled out. Hofstra clears down. Good English put on this puck. Not enough for icing. It's waved off.
And
now sealed over to the boards.
UAlbany does a great pace at pushing the puck off these clearouts, and that's also partially why you see this aggressive defense, so that way they don't get going.
Smith in behind the D. Got a one-on-one here against the defender in Kinzer. Nice stick from Kinzer. Pokes it away, but not too far. Possession continues behind the net. An aggressive play from Kinzer. Just checked and held Vino to the boards. Puck heads up the other way with Hofstra. Working in, it's Van Aaron. Sticked with his man, able to move the puck down low to Casola. He takes a big check thrown by Matt Waters. They still tie up there. Long puck sent towards the net. Nobody home for Hofstra. But good work by Van Aaron. Keeps it alive. Fires one wide. Casola there. He finally beats him.
What an opportunity to the ricochet. You see Dola time and again saving those. But Casola just beat him to the punch just barely. And a deflated Dola just lying on the ice right now.
He's in disbelief that he could not get to that one. It's about the third or fourth time that Casola had been alone on that near side post. And Dola goes full stretch once again. He stopped him twice on highlight reel saves, but the third time's the charm for Matt Casola. Hofstra leads by 2, 8-6, with 6:15 now left to go in the third.
And it's been all Hofstra here as of late, but I would say this game is hardly over because you never know when the momentum can change, and we've seen how fast UAlbany can score goals when they have the momentum.
Loose puck at the blue line, kept in here by Swedma for Albany. Pass back across, again looking for that same setup, a cross-ice feed, but instead comes to the wall, and now taken away by Hofstra, cleared down, and carried ahead by Buglione. Nice handle, Buglione working in, and they score! Nico Buglione's second of the night has opened it up for Hofstra, a 3-goal lead.
And they finally have got to Dola here. 3 goals in this third period. Great work by the Hofstra Pride to get on top. And Nico Buglione with great stick work yet again. He had the same opportunity earlier in this game. And his stick work just putting himself above. Getting Dola on his toes.
That generated the initial chance. Dola got to it, but then the skate work from Dola to stop on a dime and fire it up over the down Dola for his second of the night. The first one here against Alex Dola, and now with the Tides firmly in the Pride's favor, it's Albany that needs a timeout to talk things over. But Hofstra has made the necessary adjustments against a guy that seemed unbeatable in that second period, but they finally cracked through the brick wall that has been Alex Dola, and Hofstra leads here 9-6 in what's been a thrilling game, wire to wire.
And Hofstra's almost seemingly did what Albany did to get back into this game. They just put guys, instead of in front of the net, on the sides, because straight up, you aren't getting it by Dola right there. But now with the ricochet opportunities, forces the goalie just to be a little bit quicker, and Dola's not going to get to every ricochet opportunity, and Hofstra finally gets 3 good goals off of those ricochets.
And capitalizing on some of the ultra aggressiveness of the Great Danes as well. They've committed a lot of guys forwards on these attacking zone opportunities, and really they've been shorthanded at the back quite often whenever Hofstra breaks out 3-on-2s, 2s-on-1s. That was the case on that last goal with Casola and Buglione and Yerkes both moving in at the same time for Hofstra and able to catch Albany short at the back.
But Hofstra's not being overly aggressive either. They're playing smart, aggressively and smart. They're going for the loose pucks so that way Albany can't push their own pace, and they have those guys mirroring in the back just to make sure Albany doesn't get behind them. So it's kind of the strategy, playing aggressive but not too aggressive.
What an effort from Yerkes and Buglione here tonight. Scoring system seems to be a little bit wonky here. Right now they have credit for Buglione with the hat trick and Yerkes with 2 goals and 2 assists, but believe it should be flipped where Yerkes has a hat trick and an assist, Buglione 2 goals and an assist. But either way, they've been a dynamic duo when paired up with Jordan Cox, who has also chipped in on the offensive side of things.
Hofstra still playing aggressive, not backing down.
Long puck sent down the ice. It's Smith with a step, cancels out the icing call. Behind the net, Weiss trying to feed it over to Smith. Bounced off a stick and wide, back clear for Hofstra.
And now Hofstra just going to try to play keep away from Albany. Try to let that time tick down, but just beat them into submission.
Weiss looking for some space. That one tipped off the post. Couldn't tell if that was the puck or maybe his stick on the shoot attempt. But now a carry ahead for Van Aaron, working one-on-one. And got a little bit too fancy there. Keeping it simple on the poke check was Bolson, and he wins out. On the left wing, Scarpello. Scarpello fires one. Easy stop for Markoulis, who has not had his stereotypical game where he makes a tons of saves and keeps Hofstra in it. He's had some goals that he would like back, but also a large workload. And a game like this one, all you need to do is stop maybe 1 or 2 to change the tide or change the script. And he made a couple of solid saves, and that's another one right there, shot into his chest. And right now he's just out dueling Dola here in the third period.
And that's precisely it. I mean, early on, give credit to Albany's offensive strategy. They just made good work at finding Markoulis' blind spots. And that's basically what Hofstra did late in this third period. But Markoulis made the adjustments to kind of protect his blind spots, and that's been the difference. Hofstra found Dola's. Markoulis was able to defend his own.
Bad bounce off the stick of Scarpello, and that forces Dola to cover up, face off back in his defensive end.
Because Markoulis, late in this third period, you saw him start to anticipate that a little bit, getting faster to that extra pass or sticking to the shot. But Dola wasn't seeing a lot of that from Hofstra. He was just seeing a lot of goals straight on. But then Hofstra made a good chance of those blind spot opportunities.
Another chance right off the face-off for Cox. Buglione, second effort as well. But Dola stops both, and we'll redo the face-off here on the right side of the Albany netminder.
But just a great game altogether, too. Hofstra jumps out to a huge lead. And in the past, too, you've seen Hofstra jump out to these leads, give it up, or stay close with a team. But they played full through, not giving up. Still have a chance to come away with a win.
And for Hofstra, after giving up that 4-goal lead, it could have been so easy to just tuck their tail between their legs and take their lumps after Albany stormed their way back to tie it. But that was not what they did. They came back strong, got a lead. Albany tied it up, but since then, 3 unanswered goals for Hofstra as that one swept over into the Albany bench, last off the stick of Yerkes.
And I think that that aggressive play style from the Pride, too, and you've seen it. It's just been on the boards, and it's kind of beaten Albany down a little bit. Albany was trying to play the up-tempo game, skate fast, push the puck, get behind them, but now they seem to have no energy and completely deflated.
Puck left on the far side wall. Buglione on it first. Bounces off the far side wall again. Got it towards the net by Yerkes. Buglione can't change his direction to get to it. Now Johnson carries up the ice, finds the pass ahead with Chris Smith. Smith looking towards the net. Quick snapshot off the pad of Markoulis into the corner. Back low to Jake Weiss. Weiss back to Smith. Smith looking for some room. That's blocked away by McCardle. Back down low along the wall. It's Jordan Cox playing without a stick. He blocks the shot, kicks ahead. Here comes Buglione. Buglione working in, has Yerkes with him. Buglione skates ahead, and now a whistle behind the play.
That is.
And the Hofstra bench extremely displeased as they found a penalty to call against Jordan Cox.
An extremely late whistle, too. Mid-play, great opportunity. Hofstra looking to extend their lead. They had 2-on-1 opportunity. Buglione creating space with Yerkes on his side if he needed him.
Very curious to see what the call was there. Did not see a hand signal from the referee, but that is a play that took away a potential game-sealing goal for Hofstra. Had Buglione working in, he was trying to decide whether to pass to Yerkes or take the shot himself, look to join Yerkes with a hat trick. But instead, a penalty called against Jordan Cox gives a power play opportunity to Albany, a chance to get back into it. As here's a deflection shot towards the goal. Buglione and company trying to get out there to clear it for Hofstra. And it was kicked to safety by Spiro Markoulis. Cleared down by Hofstra. Already 2 shorthanded goals for Hofstra as Albany is 1 for 3 on the power play. But don't expect to see them as aggressive here. That's Hofstra to try to get another shorthanded goal. Just lock up, drain these 2 minutes off the clock as about 40 seconds separate the game and penalty clock.
And that's all they're trying to do. They're not trying to be aggressive. Still aggressive on defense. But they're just trying to keep the puck away, playing keep away and trying to ice this game out.
Matt Matarazzo flips that one down. Power play continues for Albany as they work forward. Across the blue line, Alex Peterson. Peterson over to the far side wall, back out in the middle. A couple of Great Danes there. Bounces off a stick and then carried out the center by Matarazzo. Wanted to work ahead there, why not? But now Peterson takes back in for Albany. Cross-ice feed, finds the stick there. Looking for some space. McCardle closes the distance. Tries to chop the stick of Smith, unsuccessfully doing it. Stalls out along the wall, 1:20 left in regulation. B out to the middle. Sticks tied up. Johnson had that best look. And now Hofstra clears out. Time continues to tick on the penalty clock. Just 23 seconds left on the Cox minor. Cox was given a slashing minor on that play. Well behind the attacking opportunity for Hofstra.
New Albany trying to show some urgency, but Hofstra just skating around them.
Well, some urgency. Nico Buglione working in. A chance for the hat trick. A couple of players for the Pride moving in. It's batted away by the Great Danes. Penalty comes to an end. Hofstra back on possession with James Van Aaron well into the final minute. 38 seconds left on the clock as Jordan Cox motors in. He fires wide of the net. Back here into the corner. Time winding down here in the final home game of 2024 for the Hofstra Pride.
And not much New Albany can do now. Is Hofstra going to skate out here with a win for their last home game?
Mentioned this last game at home for a while for Hofstra. This is the last game period for a while for Albany. They're not in action again until they take on Miami in January. But tonight belongs to the Pride. A marathon 9-6 victory for Hofstra.
And Hofstra able to come away. Like you said, they came out with a 4-goal lead, and they could have just put their tails away and just try to skate out the rest of the game. But they didn't. New Albany came back. But Hofstra finding their way, and they really came away with a hard-fought win. That must feel really good for the players.
The resiliency that we saw from both teams. First from Albany to overcome that big deficit and tie it up. Hofstra gets back out in the lead. Albany ties it up again. But the late effort from Hofstra in the third period to skate away 3 unanswered goals. Hat trick from Brendan Yerkes. A big performance from Nico Buglione. Really everyone that hit the ice for Hofstra tonight gave it their best. And that was how they were able to come away on the right side of this one.
And both sides really gave it their all. And then once Hofstra gave up got tied again for that second time after they retook the lead in the third. That kind of little fire under them to keep it once they got it back. They just played so aggressive down the stretch. They really figured it out, had Albany figured out, had Dola figured out, and were just able to play smartly down the third period.
That'll wrap things up here for 2024. From the Freeport bubble, Hofstra once again victorious over the Albany Great Danes by the final score of 9-6 in a wire-to-wire thriller. That is a wrap here for the Long Island Sports Network, and this is my last time on the call for the Hofstra Club hockey team. A really big shout out to everyone here with the Hofstra Hockey Club and everyone with the Long Island Sports Network. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on the call for the last 2+ seasons. First on the call 2 years ago, all year last year, and now jumping on for the first half of this season. It has been my pleasure to bring you Pride Hockey all season long. I'll see you next time. For Michael Palumbo and the entire staff here on the Long Island Sports Network, my name is Ian Bakey. We'll see you in 2025. Take care and have a good one.